I want to talk about time management and why waiting for perfect writing conditions means your novel never gets written. The other day, I found myself with exactly 7 minutes before my wife called me for dinner. 7 minutes. Most writers would have scrolled social media or checked email. I opened my AI coach and asked one specific question about the emotional undertone of a scene I was stuck on. By the time I heard, "La cena está lista," echoing from the kitchen, I had the beginnings of a powerful scene. And that's when it hit me. I'd been lying to myself about what writing actually requires. Let me explain what that means. Here's what nobody tells you about time management for writers. The advice that built successful careers 20 years ago actively prevents you from writing today. Writing books recommended blocking out 3 hours every morning, creating a sacred writing space where nobody disturbs you, protecting your creative time like it's oxygen. That advice assumes something crucial. You have control over 3 uninterrupted hours. But what if you're someone who cares for grandchildren? What if you're managing a business? What if you're dealing with the energy fluctuations that come with being a senior writer? What if your available writing time comes in scattered fragments, 7 minutes here, 15 minutes there? The traditional advice says, wait for the right conditions. And while you're waiting, your novel doesn't get written. Think about it. How long have you been planning to start that novel once you have more time? How many story ideas have died because you couldn't find a 4-hour block? That's the trap. The perfect session that never comes. But here's the thing. Not all writers are drowning in this scarcity mindset, and not all time management advice has become obsolete. There's another way. I turned to my AI writing coach with a confession that changed everything. I have 9 minutes before I need to leave. I'm stuck on how my character physically experiences devastating betrayal. I can't wait for a perfect session. I need help now. What I got back transformed how I think about writing time. I had 9 minutes. That's it. So I crafted what I call a micro-momentum prompt. Emre just discovered his mentor has been lying to him for 20 years. He's in a dusty tent at Göbekli Tepe, holding proof. I have 8 minutes to write this scene, but I'm stuck on the physical reality of betrayal. Give me 3 specific body responses to devastating betrayal. Notice what I did. Set the scene context quickly. No time for long explanations. Asked for a specific number of responses, manageable in my time frame. Built in my time constraint, 8 minutes to write. In 90 seconds, Claude gave me exactly what I needed. The way betrayal makes someone unconsciously step backward. How shock narrows peripheral vision. The protective gesture of clutching documents closer to the chest. By minute 3, I was writing. Not researching, not brainstorming, not waiting for inspiration, writing actual scenes. Because my prompt was designed to bypass creative wandering and deliver scene-ready material. That's when I realized something. This is the difference between wasting 9 minutes and leveraging 9 minutes. The prompt does half the work before you even start writing. Here's the paradox I discovered. I'd spent decades teaching time management to corporate clients, hundreds of workshops. I could diagnose anyone's time management problems. But when it came to my own writing, I treated scattered moments as worthless. Real writing required real time. Anything less than an hour felt like pretending. Then AI coaching showed me what I'd been missing. Traditional time management says, block out large chunks, protect them, defend them. AI-enabled time management says, leverage the fragments you already have. Turn 7 minutes into progress. Think about what happens when you embrace scattered minutes. Skill development. Every AI interaction teaches you something. You develop stronger instincts about character motivation, scene structure, emotional authenticity. These are skills that last a lifetime. Creative confidence. Success builds momentum. When you consistently make progress through short, productive sessions, you approach longer writing blocks with more confidence. Practical reality. You don't need to reorganize your entire life around perfect writing conditions. That's the shift, from waiting for ideal circumstances to leveraging whatever time exists. 3 types of time-conscious creative sessions. After working with AI coaching for over a year, I identified 3 types of short writing sessions. Each serves a different creative purpose. Type 1, the problem solver, 5 to 15 minutes. Best for when you're stuck on a specific story challenge. My process. Describe the exact problem and ask for 2 to 3 concrete approaches. Example prompt. Emre just discovered his mentor has been lying to him for 20 years. He's in a dusty tent at Göbekli Tepe, holding proof. I have 8 minutes to write this scene, but I'm stuck on the physical reality of betrayal. Give me 3 specific body responses to devastating betrayal. Result. In 90 seconds, specific physical details that turned abstract emotion into writable action. This is the session type that works when you have a clear obstacle and limited time. Type 2, the warm-up writer, 7 to 10 minutes. Best for transitioning into a creative headspace. My process. Ask for help with setting elements related to your next scene. Write a quick paragraph incorporating those elements. Reference it when you begin the actual scene. Example prompt. Zeynep is entering a hidden chamber beneath Derinkuyu. Beyond the obvious elements like stones and darkness, what details would make this moment feel authentic and emotionally impactful? Result. My AI coach helped him consider temperature changes, air pressure shifts, acoustic differences, and the psychological weight of entering spaces untouched for centuries. By the time I last down for my next writing session, I wasn't starting cold. I was continuing momentum. Type 3, the momentum builder, 3 to 5 minutes. Best for end of session preparation for tomorrow's writing. My process. Before finishing a longer writing session, spend a few minutes exploring what happens next. Don't write the scene. Just establish emotional tone and key story elements. Example prompt. Emre has just accused his mentor Ahmet of lying. Ahmet's reaction needs to surprise both Emre and readers while staying true to his established personality. What are unexpected ways a guilty person might respond to accurate accusations? Result. Ideas I hadn't considered, including one that became central to my next chapter. When I sat down to write the following day, I had direction instead of uncertainty. This is the session type that eliminates blank page paralysis. But isn't this just AI writing your story? Let's address the elephant in the room. When I tell other writers about my time-conscious AI sessions, someone always asks, "Isn't that just having AI write your story for you?" Here's my answer. Think of it this way. If you were stuck on a problem, you might call a writer friend and say, "I need help figuring out how my character would react in this situation." Your friend might ask questions that help you discover the answer yourself, or suggest possibilities you hadn't considered. That conversation doesn't mean your friend wrote your story. That's exactly what AI coaching does. What AI does for me: asks questions about my creative choices, suggests techniques I can explore, helps me examine character motivation and emotional authenticity, accelerates my learning. What I always do myself: makes all creative decisions, chooses which ideas align with my vision, writes all the actual narrative, dialogue, and scenes, maintains my authentic voice and unique perspective, takes responsibility for every word. AI doesn't write my stories. It helps me write them faster, smarter, and more consistently, even when life only offers 7-minute windows. If you're drowning in scattered time right now, here's the practical approach that worked for me. Week 1, the assessment. Keep track of how often you have 5 to 15 minutes free without major disruptions. You might be surprised by how many micro opportunities you find. Most writers discover they have more available time than they thought. It's just fragmented. Week 2, the simple questions. Choose your AI writing tool. I use Claude, but ChatGPT and others work well. Practice asking specific questions in your prompts. What would this character notice first in this situation? My character is in a dangerous situation. What are the psychological and physical reactions readers can experience along with them? Keep a record of your prompts and responses. Evaluate how small changes in your questions improve the output. Document your growth. I believe you'll be surprised how quickly you improve. Week 3, the integration. Ask a question, then use the response in an actual scene. Don't worry about perfection. Focus on building new habits. The goal isn't to produce publishable prose in 7 minutes. The goal is to prove that scattered time can generate real progress. Week 4, the expansion experiment with the 3 session types. Maybe discover a few of your own. Be creative. The framework is a starting point, not a limitation. What this means for your writing journey. If you're waiting for perfect circumstances right now, here's what I want you to understand. You don't need to reorganize your entire life around writing. The 4-hour morning sessions? They're lovely when they happen, but they're not required. What's required is this: the willingness to leverage the time you actually have instead of mourning the time you don't. AI coaching makes that possible. It's not a replacement for dedicated writing time. It's not the only tool you'll ever need, but it is a way to turn 7 minutes into scene progress, 15 minutes into character discovery, 3 minutes into tomorrow's momentum. I put it this way: perfect conditions are a luxury. AI coaching taught me that productivity is a skill, and skills can be practiced in whatever time exists. If you want to explore how AI can help you write productively in scattered minutes, I teach exactly this in my course, launching April 1st, 2026. Your novel doesn't need perfect conditions. It needs constant attention. And AI coaching shows you exactly how to give it that, even when life only offers 7-minute windows. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. The scattered minutes you already have are enough. AI coaching helps you prove it. Are you ready to stop letting time constraints limit your writing?